Ah. Two discs. Goodbye to style. Oh! What you're doing? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal! Blood on the disc? Me? Why is the disc so important? Let's look at our new piece of evidence, shall we? Fort McGilded? Huh? Why does it say Fort McGilded? Why is there blood on it? Did he actually scratch himself? Does it still play? Why is this McGilded's disc? Hey Windibank, it says for McGilded. Please don't touch the revolver. Gino, what the hell is going on? Hang on a second. I've got it! I know what to do! Last time there were 3 people staring at me angrily. The correct answer was Sholmes! A bar of caramel? Sholmes? 7% solution of caramel. Sholmes, we need some deduction help. Sholmes, what the hell, man? Susato, what? I'm not gonna go on that, it's not worth it. Choose your battles. Oh, sweet! We're already going into a deduction. Let's deduce. Deduction's always the right option. I want to help Gina. I feel like she's good at heart. She was being manipulated by McGilded. I feel like you might know Shakespeare guy or the big boss. Mr. Egbert Benedict? Where's McGilded? You have a lot of curiosities about your person. Two immovable conclusions I have drawn. First is this. The reason for your visit is something you have not yet revealed. Second is this. Considerable crime is contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg! Time to make a flawed deduction for me to fix. Ah yes, as I hoped. It's precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? Time has come for yet another Sherlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular! Topic number 1. The mystery man's aim. He wants the music discs from McGilded. Why are you here? You claim to follow this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. It's revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. The most unobservant would soon realize the man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. That cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. Rod, I've had this cane for years. Contradiction of which I speak, of course, is the missing ferrule. And if any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. Yet detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. You don't think his initials up here on the top are what he's trying to hide? In conclusion, the rod you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Your recoil, sir, is something wrong? Your recoil can inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. And what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. The moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I? Of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel! What? Are you insane? Now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. How is this? Why is... What's happening? Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. Must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have been planning. This is utterly absurd. This is I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. What on earth do you propose I can expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? To find some theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Ah, there's ample reason. You're only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have ever hoped. Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop, such as this, and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter. It gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. According to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another. It's under the bank on the opposite side of the road. And this has entered the sewers now, has it? He's the Penguin! Excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. It flows very close proximity to the Great Vault of the financial institution opposite. In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. Actually, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? No idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. See, this picture postcard tells us what we need to know. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the great exhibition will soon be underway. The government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Ones that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you've been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank. Special reserve funds for the great exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Sholmes, we have a pickpocket inside the pawn shop. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the pawnbrokering puzzle. But the story Wilson told was about a metal beast with white flames. Well, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? And you revealed it inside a pawn shop with a known pickpocket. Correction! God damn it, Sholmes. We're never telling him anything relevant to the case again. Hey, where's Gina? If you guys don't mind my asking. Now that top secret information about lots of money inside the bank vault is here, I can't help but notice our local pickpocket has gone missing. No one? Anyone? Alright. Just me? Okay. Let's fix Sholmes' stuff and then we can get back to where Gina went. Gina's out buying a shovel. First of all, let me ask her whether we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbroker today. claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. It's revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. No. What did bring him here? Maybe he's gonna pawn off his shovel. Can I look at his? I can't look at his hands. Not his hat. I think it's gotta be his cane, right?
Take that!
Nope, not the cane. Ooh, that bounced off. Maybe it's the coat? This is my show. Perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Oh man. Can we look at his coat? No. Let's talk about his hat. I don't know if I can specifically look at the initials on the cane. Hold on. Let's look at the cane. Is it not just his cape? I can't see what his other hand is doing. What's on the recruitment flyer? Something on the counter. I don't think I can highlight the stuff on the counter. Yeah, we've got the cane, the recruitment flyer, and the hat, it would seem. Unless there's something else here. What do you have back there? What are you hiding? Note on the back. Oh! Oh! There's a note on the back of the flyer. Don't believe it. See what it says. Name. Gina Lestrade. Height 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. Even a sketch of her. Details of the shop have been written down here. Interesting, interesting. It's a good thing I saw this. Otherwise, we might have never figured out what was going on. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing in the sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and Mr. Windibank's pawnbroker. Ah! Usually told us that you had merely given chase after she stole the redemption ticket from you. That, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It's the information on the back of that flyer that led you here today, by which I mean... Oh good, she is still here. She hasn't gone to buy a shovel yet. You're here to get the overcoat. You waited outside for the girl to arrive. You've gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your purse exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. Nope, that's not it. What's a ferrule? It's a metal cap found on the end of a cane. Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement. Sholmes is right, it appears to be missing. Doesn't actually look broken. In other words, there's something secret about the cane that he'd rather us not know. Almost like there's freaking initialing here. AG, which doesn't match his EB initials. Here they're relying on the first letters of their name. HS. Oh. AG.
Take that!
That's the periodic table code for gold. Most astute observation, would you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. The most possessive manner you have in your graph a cane bearing the initials AG. Oh yeah, AG is silver, isn't it? Never mind, we're good. Yeah. No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. And before that, you had that cane for years. Trying to tell us you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park? In short, don't just have to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You just made a twisty noise. It's recoil, sir. Is something wrong? Alright, well, recoil, you inadvertently facilitated the answer to the next conundrum. Namely, what is the truth behind this Raju bear? It is actually a shovel! Handle check to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle. No. Redeem the overcoat. Now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, claiming the overcoat belongs to him. He had a written description. Everything else he's told us is untrue. Prove the overcoat cannot possibly... Oh, he... You punk! You ripped the overcoat!
Take that!
How dare you! That coat doesn't fit you whatsoever! The split seam which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle. Ah. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so baldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Arg! Catalog of untruths has all meant for a very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. Alright, take off the coat, it's not yours, don't break it. What really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Yes. He was trying to steal the coat. Well, this conclusion's already wrong. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. You must expose the details of this elaborate crime you've had in the planning. This is utterly absurd. Suggest that I, a gentleman, design a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been deposited in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only all too aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. As it is revealed by the council note on the counter! No, it's his book! No more talk of tunneling into the sewers. It did sound rather exciting, but fake. Did know the watchword. It's on the notelet. Look at this. We have a memo Mr. Windibank has scribbled to himself. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. His revolver, of course!
Take that!
Why does he write all these down and leave them in plain sight? Like, come on, at least try to hide them. That is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down his response, uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. Expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. His diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It's increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. The diligent broker made note of the watchword, as is his common practice. You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, is the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such length to redeem that particular article from the pawnbroker? Quite serious? An ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. Naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? No idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see the picture postcard! Nope. The bank's not included. Why are you pulling that back out? Isn't even worth a penny, yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? Because of Mr. McGilded. Ah yes, all the evidence that we've collected so far. All one piece of evidence that we've collected so far.
Take that!
Because it's not like my armband is going to be why he's stealing the coat. See, this music box just tells us all we need to know. It's that on the back. It reads, for McGilded. Ugh! Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. Prominent man in London, though his loan mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilden was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he is precisely the right size for that overcoat you squeezed into. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Egbert Benedict. Final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. He's still haunting me. We've had 2 months and another trial since then. And McGilded is still torturing me with his existence. What's on the music disc? We need a jukebox. It's a little music box. I hope it's Maul. Oh well, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Yeah, same. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Susato. Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have to be redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Today's the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th February, sir, that's right. All carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. What?! That's when the omnibus murder took place! 10:30 in the evening is the time which the terrible events were unfolding! Huh?! You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose, however... Oh! He's got a gun! Must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It'd be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. No! Some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Mr. Windibank! This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. Never to happen. I should have to take my own life. Windibank! Gregson! You've come to save me! That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. Got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be, you're here at last! It's moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment! You seem to have the upper hand. Hooray, Gregson! Right, you lot have some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windibank nearly was met with his head. I was almost met with my end. Hello? The whole of Britain could be with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away! After him, lads! Whistle the beat officer, too! Get Raleigh on it! He's trustworthy if he's awake. It's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So he fitted emergency buttons under the counters for the brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning. Oh, yes? I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilded down to the yard. So hand it over. Aha. Anything belonging to Mr. McGilded is to be taken as evidence. As evidence? This man demands something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Grr. Can we put it on the machine once before we? And so we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson. They're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Is that it? That can't be the whole case, right? That's a very... You're right, an Irish music box. Why is that the cutoff for part 1? I mean, I guess I can only have one deduction per chapter, but... Oh, I didn't realize his shop was so close to Baker Street. Made you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Hey, you got the jacket, though. Nice! Yeah, you're gonna wind up in the slammer at one point, and we're gonna have to get you out. Why did you want the shiny disc? I thought you were trying to sell it. I think not. We shan't enter Windibanks again today. Why not? That's unfair. Can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now, taking a statement from Mr. Windibank. Should be something else and all. I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. What are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Eh? I shall be delighted to cook, I'm sure. I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. No! This place is right here, to the right. Okay, bye. Good to see you again, Gina. Glad you're still alive. She probably... She could. Very well, then I'll inform Iris to set a plate for our potential guest at the dinner table. One more thing. I should be glad of your company later, too. We've a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, no. I'm not sure how to feel about a splendid surprise from Sholmes. Okay, he asked us to come back to the shop, or to the suite, so we're coming back to the suite. This side was like this before, right? I'm not crazy, right? Hello, Iris. We're back. We got the violin. We did a great deduction. And a great deduction correction. Is it Gina? It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! What a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news. Can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real What's Sholmes up to? Sholmes! Yes, Iris is in fact the parent of the two of them, and she's 10 years old. Oh no, don't ask that question. That's a sensitive topic. Oh yeah, she's the one who actually does better deductions. She's so mature for a 10-year-old. Let's talk about Ginny first. Yes. Experimental smoke grenade launcher. Your best friends? Hell yeah. She runs away when you bump into her on the street. Ah, you guys are playing smoke grenade launcher tag. A whole rainbow. Oh man. I also hope she actually comes. It'd be very awkward if she decided not to show up. Why is a 10-year-old living with an adult man? Oh. We're gonna have to solve the case, aren't we? Oh. What? Ooh. Metal chest. Dr. Wilson Sr. What happened to Dr. Wilson Sr.? Don't tell me he died like, what, 3 months? No, not 3, like, roughly 5 months ago in Japan? You thought Holmes was your father? You can see lies? What? You see their habits. She's got the Apollo Justice power. But she doesn't even have the bracelets. Does she invent them? Huh? That would make her a great lawyer. That's why Apollo's a solid lawyer, because he stares at people and then proves they're lying. Getting all the people involved, the procedure to solve the case again. John H. Wilson, Doctor of Medicine. Isn't that the victim from the first case? No! It was! Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. He lost his life. He was poisoned and then shot. Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I was on trial for killing him and found innocent. Ah, Sholmes, you're alive. We did. How's the violin? Sholmes, what kind of head disorder do you have? A music disc? You have McGilded's disc? Larceny? Pickpocketing assistant? Menacing crime notifications? Now I feel like Naruhodo whenever he's hunched over the bench, concerned about what's going on. How did you, where's the blood? Oh! He used the caramel to make a disc! He made a copy out of caramel! A caramel copy! He summoned his one and only friend into action! He made a mold of caramel! Soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting! Oh my god! He's a caramel criminal! Like a house key, a simple press and the form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will. And never without high sucrose nourishment. The image, I was able to create this. Wonder what kind of music this thing will play. Alright, let's go plug it in. Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. Familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, we don't. Aha. A piece called a comb, it produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the notes. Rotating cylinder. Eventually they adapted to a disc to save space. Because they're easier to switch out. To producing can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. Great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. Yes, music. For success of the invention, that means we are not presented with an insurmountable problem. Imagine the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. You have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. No resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah. An example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Wow. Tom Riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. She'll just have to ask you to vacate the attic or no. Just pawn them off. Pawn off the music boxes. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon. It's only been 2 months since that grisly case where he got burned alive inside the omnibus. Magnus McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. With the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, newspapers are still claiming it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. Again, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. Unless we ask Gina, who was there at the scene. Though Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. Here, the case is not yet closed. It's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Dinner will be here before long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie, there's plenty to do. Are we gonna get our case soon? I'll investigate the condition of my faithful playing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sherlock. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Reminds me of something Mr. Winbank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were incensed as I was. Yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winbank's storeroom, gathering dust! Dear madam, I'm not quite sure I told you this already. Pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. What about your Stradivarius? Is it safe and secure? Well, maybe the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me. Looking at you, Sholmes. You want me to write that Bakersville story? It sounds exciting. The Hound of Bakervilles. Susato? What's going on here? When did she mention the Hound? Susato? Susie, what did you just say? Said the Hound of the Bakervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Miss Susato's a great fan of all the stories. Bruno, the Hound of the Bakervilles. has never been published. What? I showed Hurley the manuscript. He told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. That's why the manuscript is at Windbanks. Yet how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? Ah. Here, our guest has arrived. Miss Lestrade! Excellent deflection, Sholmes. This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. Wait! Wag, stop her! Eagerly been awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? I'm glad we were able to move past that. Don't stand there in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you do some Mendel song? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is, then. Meow. Hello, Wag. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Shoshon's violin performance was in no way meddlesome. Gina, as we came to call her, taught us how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night. Aha, and then we finally got the right music box. We have a shovel! We're gonna break into the bank! But when are we gonna have... When are we gonna have what's the word? A defendant! A case! What is it, Susato? The telegram? You've been summoned? Lord Chief Justice? Summoned alone? It's making me feel even more uneasy. Ah! We sent Soseki back to actually write a novel about the cat! Gina! What's, Oh, she's gonna stay with us tonight! Yay! I'm glad you're such good friends. I'm extremely nervous about Susato going to see Lord Chief Justice by herself tomorrow. Pickpocketing techniques? No, just keep inventing. You're also part doctor. What's up? My armband! You stole my armband! But it's still in my court record. She is a child genius. We're gonna have to defend Susato in court. What? Alright, let's get this awkward conversation over this. Tell me about the manuscript. More time. Where did you see the manuscript? He died in Japan. He got poisoned. Oh, she doesn't know that he's dead. Tell me about the Hound. Different from the other cases. What is that case about? There's so many questions. Tell us about your parents. Pickpocket. He might have. Yeah, that's really all we have to go on for now. Robin Hood. Yeah, we're gonna have to be real delicate about this one. Exactly. When's the murder happen? I don't make the big bucks if I don't have a trial. And Susato's got to go see the Lord Chief Justice tomorrow. And it's extremely ominous. We almost made Bucks from McGilded, but we turned him down because we thought we did something wrong. Because he definitely wasn't... It's happening very soon? Probably, yeah. I'd say sometime tomorrow. Yeah, he was gonna give us 1,000 guineas. Don't mention it to Hurley, okay. Man, who's gonna be my case assistant if Susato's put in prison? Did you have to be summoned? By Lord Chief Justice, who's most likely evil. I don't trust him. Sometimes she speaks like an adult, but deep down she's still just a child. Susato's filling in the Maya role in this game. Of our assistant, except she's actually somewhat related to Law. The murdered visiting professor can't be a coincidence. Something deeper going on. I bet what's-her-name, the bad person from the first trial, is related. Whose name I can't remember because I didn't think she'd be relevant in the future. He stopped talking with the dots. Mr. Naruhodo. Sholmes? Gina's gone. She's supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thinking to her before she retired, I see the distinct impression she is looking forward to breakfasting. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home. But I've been waiting over an hour now. Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow. Oh. Gina, you wouldn't! The pawn shop! She's gonna steal the manuscript! I think maybe there's a good chance of that. I know how she'd get to it. Isn't it locked in a metal trunk? Susato, you've got to be summoned in the morning. Go back to bed. Oh, please don't say that the guy who runs the shop is dead. Windibank, please don't be dead on the floor with a gunshot to the head. Something is afoot inside. What are the odds that Holmes's camera captured the exact moment of the crime? Oh yes, there is. Sholmes? Sholmes? Sholmes can't be a victim! Blast, we've lost him! Although, what have we here? The Bobby! Mr. Sholmes has been shot! Sholmes? You can't just kill off Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door.
He's fine!
In the storeroom. Hurry!
Who's in the storeroom? Well, the gunshot wasn't to his head. And
It's Gina!
there we go. Gina is, in fact, going to be our defendant for this case. Most likely. And 2 people, a short person and a somewhat taller person left. Alright. Investigation Part 3? Okay. Alright. We'll get to Investigation Part 3 tomorrow when we pop on. This is an interesting case so far. 2 parts of the investigation. Thank you, Krazalu, for following. Very much appreciated. Hopefully you'll be able to pop in next time. The whole first part was just proving that the jacket and music disc didn't belong to the dude who promptly pulled a gun on us and ran away. So he's probably the tall figure from the left. And then the second part of the investigation was literally just slice of life. Why do you know about the thing? Your father's dead, etc., etc. So I'm interested to see how that ends up being relevant to the case. I guess we'll find out in time. Maybe this will be one of those 2 investigation segment cases like they used to have in Ace Attorney. Yeah, Sholmes is alive. That's important. We need his deductive skills in order to get information out of people that's going to seem irrelevant but prove to be crucial to the case. Anyways, thank you all for coming out and watching. Next time, we hopefully can talk to Gina and cast a little bit of light on what happened in this dark pawn shop. Thank you and goodbye.